Fantasy football family, welcome. This is the Fantasy with SJT. If this is your first time tuning in and you don't know who we are, my name is John, main man in the middle, Twan, and to my far right, Mr. Sean P. We are the Fantasy with SJT. Now, if you guys have not yet followed us on IG, you need to do so. The Fantasy with SJT. Once again, The Fantasy with SJT. If you have any fantasy football questions, you can shoot us a DM or on one of our posts, leave a comment or whatever, and we'll get back to you with our answers, all right? And then also on this live stream, make sure you guys leave your questions under there. We're going to try to get through those as we move along through the show. And then on ItsNation TV, ItsNation TV on YouTube. You're on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so you guys get those updates when we go live, all right? And also share this video. Take the time right now and share, all right? So we can get more people on this live stream so we can give y'all that fantasy football advice, all right? So now we're going to get into our stardom sit-ems of the week, all right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Whew.
Okay.
I want to see who you got on this list, man. Because
Yikes.
you look like you're over there
Don't make
scratching.
this list on the fly. Okay, so look. I got
Trevor,
Tua.
Simeon.
I got Tua. Tua talking about Lower versus Houston. I like Tua this week. I want to start this off by saying I did not put players who you have to start on this list. Like I'm not doing it no more. Like these are guys that are bye week fill-ins. These are guys who I think are going to have better than their normal weeks. Okay, cool. So Tua talking about Lower versus Houston. He gets a Houston team who I feel like I don't know what's going on out there. They can't run the ball. They can't control the clock. So I feel like it should be a lot of 3-and-outs. Miami has a solid defense. Tua Tagovailoa has 20-plus fantasy points in 2 out of the last 3 weeks. Last week he didn't because he played a tough Bills defense. So I like Tua to get back on track. We'll move on to Trevor Simeon or Taysom Hill. It depends on who's starting at quarterback for the Saints versus Atlanta. I like the matchup. I do like the matchup. I like it a lot. Trevor didn't look too bad even against Tampa Bay when he came in. He didn't look that bad.
This might be a dumb question.
What's up?
But did Jameis get hurt or did he get benched?
Towards
He got hurt towards ACL.
Oh, damn.
So Taysom Hill, speedy recovery for James for sure. But Taysom Hill's a starter. I feel like if it's between those two guys, definitely Taysom because he brings the rushing. He brings the rushing for a quarterback, and he's definitely going to get those goal-to-goal situations. I mean, you might even have to downgrade Kamara if Taysom Hill starts. Not saying you wouldn't start him, but Taysom Hill he's known for running the ball. Jordan Love at KC. Now, a lot of people think that the Packers. Okay, so I know. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. I'm gonna
go back to Trevor Simeon. I'm gonna go back to Trevor Simeon.
Okay, we'll get there.
Oh, what do you mean? We already passed there. Trevor Simeon.
Let me get through the quarterbacks.
All right,
Go ahead. Do your thought this.
We're 5 minutes in.
Do your thought this.
Come on, man.
Arguments already.
I told y'all, like, y'all going to murder me on this. Okay, cool. But Jordan Love at KC. People have been throwing the ball on KC, okay? Like, KC's corners, name them.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah. It's not looking good out there.
Rashad Brilliant still play there? Okay.
No, I think Breland plays for the Vikings.
I've seen him. No, this year he played for the Kansas City. This year, unless he got moved.
I don't think he plays for KC. Does he play for KC still? He's not looking good. If he does. But anyway, look, people have been throwing the ball on KC. I mean, outside of the Giants, but I mean, it's not like Devonte Adams is not still out there. Aaron Jones is not still out there to put pressure on the defense. I feel like Jordan Love is going to have an above average game. A lot of people are counting out the Packers. Like they're 7-1. They have a good football team. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a huge part of that. He's a huge part of that. Like, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks ever. But still, Jordan Love coming in, he takes the snaps behind. I don't even know if he's the backup, but he might be the backup.
So you think Love's gonna pull a Mike White pretty much?
No, Mike White was like QB1 last week. I don't think that he's going to be Mike White. No, I think he's going to have a solid game. I think I can see like 17, 18 points from Jordan Love at the quarterback position, and that's what you want for a fill-in. Like if you have Aaron Rodgers, you're like, fuck, I don't have a quarterback. All right, cool.
I think Jordan Love's about to put up 18 fantasy points this
17, 18 fantasy points, yes.
12, 13.
12, 13?
12, 13 this week.
I take the over on that, but that's for another day.
Bad week for Jordan Love.
I'll move on to Mike White. Mike White, I don't think the Jets are going to be close in this game. Now, the reason why Mike White is up here is because of game script. I feel like they're going to be down. I feel like they're going to have to throw. I feel like a lot of what the Jets are doing right now is protecting Mike White. So he's throwing a lot of dink and dunk passes. He has Jameson Crowder. He can throw it to Michael Carter out the backfield. I feel like he has an okay receiving core, and believe it or not, Indianapolis defense, they've been thrown on. Like if you want to go back and look at the people who have produced against them, like teams have thrown the ball on them consistently. I mean, when Lamar Jackson had 400 passing yards against his defense. I'm not saying Mike White's Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong, not at all. But last week, Ryan Tannehill had an average game too, had a good game too by his standards, you know. And that was once Derrick Henry went out the game and they were forced to pass.
You know, Tannehill threw 2 interceptions, right?
You said what now?
Tannehill threw 2 interceptions in that game.
So did Tom, and he had like 25 points fantasy. What did you say against the Saints? So I'm saying, like, I mean, he can even throw the picks, but he's probably going to make up for. I think a lot of people are thinking this game is going to be like 17-10 or something like that. No, it's not. It's going to be a high scoring game tonight. Like they're going to go back and forth. Darius Leonard can only do but so much. You can't tell me Xavier Rhodes every other play is like limping off the field. I'd be like, how are you still in there? How? Like they're going to scheme. They're going to scheme it up. It's a short week. I feel like they don't have a real live run game. They're not going to be able to run the ball out there tonight. So I think Mike White will be the beneficiary of these passes, and that's going to lead me into the running backs.
Hold fast. Hold fucking fast.
Right past
We're trying to move on. The only one I agree with up there is Tua. Tua is the only starter I agree with up there. If Trevor Simeon is starting for the Saints, you do not start Trevor Simeon. Taysom Hill, I like Taysom Hill because, like you said, the rushing ability, the goal he might get in the game. I like Taysom Hill.
I prepped for this mentally.
But
I mentally prepped for this.
Mike White, who was the other one? Put it back up there. Who was the other one?
And
Jordan Love. Jesus Christ.
Jordan Love.
All right.
Like
Jesus Christ.
One thing that I will.
Kansas City just shutting it down, huh?
One thing that I will say.
Yes,
is that
bro.
Who?
Tweez gave us a disclaimer in the beginning of this thing, and he said that he was no longer putting in like some people that you knew that he was going to start.
Yeah.
So if you're in the
I'm not doing that no more.
If you're in the 16 to 20 man league, yes, you start those guys.
Oh my God.
But in a 12 to 10, do not start those guys.
I think they're going to. I feel like these guys,
but I feel like
potentially finish top 15. What?
Top 15
quarterback. I feel like they finish top 15.
All of them.
I feel like all of them finish top 15.
And it's bro.
You not. It's about matchups, opportunity, and game flow. Like Mike White, if it goes the way I think it's going to go, the Jets are going to be getting blown out, and he's going to throw probably 2 touchdowns.
But how many
times?
And
if he throws 2 touchdowns, you think how many yards is he going to have?
But how many times have I said
17 points?
How many times have I stated just because you have to pass the ball don't mean you're going to get completions and touchdowns, bro? That does not matter.
Coach
like
down,
you be like, oh, you're going to have to throw.
I mean, I'm a look.
Sometimes in Madden, when people got to throw on you, that's a bad thing. Like, that's a bad thing. I know this is not Madden, but I'm just saying, like, games you
how many times you got to say this?
You want that. You know what they're going to do. You know they're going to throw the football.
You say how many times you're going to say this, right? How many times do you say it's a different week? How many times do you say that? How many times do you say
it's a different week?
Hold on. How many times do you say that was last game? That was that team?
All the time.
You say that?
Yeah.
But
all the time. Okay,
cool.
Yeah, exactly. Last week, Mike White threw for 400. I believe in Mike White. Y'all know that.
I never said.
I'm a believer.
I don't believe it.
I'm not saying he's not. He doesn't believe it because he has coach defense.
I don't believe
that's why he's not a believer. He's going to be like, no, he has 0 yards. Like, but regardless, I feel like they're going to protect him, and he's going to move the ball. Like, you don't think he's going? He's going to move the ball. I won't be surprised.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the fence with Mike White because y'all know we were talking about that earlier, and I like Mike White. Like I feel like Zach Wilson might be done. Like after
you're saying done after one game. I don't believe that. They drafted him in the top 10. Like I said, he's the top 10 pick. He's not done. He can't. He's not losing his job to injury to somebody who got his first start in 3 years.
Why?
Because
if he shows
not how it works.
It's not how it works. It's politics.
Motherfucker, we're paying this man a starting salary.
He was the number 2 draft.
He's making more than a lot of starting quarterbacks. Number 2. But regardless, all right, my bad. I'm moving to the running backs. I'm gonna get crucified now too.
No, you're not. The running backs.
So the running backs
better than the quarterbacks.
Running backs I got up there. I got Devonte Booker versus Las Vegas. Shout out to John. I will give you this, man. My co-host sitting on my left. Devonte Booker looked good last week. It's the only thing I saw from the Giants last week was Devonte. Like when they got the ball, Devonte, I was like, this is the game he wants to eat, like on prime time. Like, but okay, cool. He was eating. He did his thing. Devonte held it down.
Low end running
back. I feel like that's
for sure.
And I also feel like that's all the Giants have right now. I feel like every time a receiver touches the ball, he's coming up limping. He's hurting. Like they made a glass out there. Like oh my God! Like the whole team is on the COVID or injury report this week. It's crazy. Outside of Devonte Booker, who's still toting the ball, taking snaps. I mean, it's not Saquon but it's like, yo, he's holding it down. Like he's being solid. He's a solid flex play. Flex play.
It's gonna be his last week. I think Saquon will be back.
I mean, once Saquon comes back, it's no question. I'm putting anyway.
This is last week to shine,
for sure. I'll move on. I think I got Boston Scott next. Boston Scott versus Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers have, I believe, they have the worst run defense in the league. I didn't even know that before.
Pretty bad against the run.
Did a little bit of research on Boston.
Pretty
bad.
Yeah,
I didn't.
No Kenneth Gainwell.
Shout out to but.
We're moving on for Kenneth Gainwell, bro.
No, Kenneth Gainwell.
Delete all that shit. Delete all that shit, bro. That was a terrible tape. Delete all that shit.
My bad. Go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm not mad. I want to hear the Gainwell talk. Because there's a lot of Gainwell talk, and I was like, yo, this nigga, I don't believe in this nigga. Like, oh my God,
he didn't even believe in this nigga,
posting his shit.
How many carries?
Posting his joint. Look, yards per touch.
Not even.
This guy's not getting the ball. Not even the ball. Anyway, regardless.
I had to tell my man Kenneth Gainwell.
No, I thought he was hurt, bro. Anyway. I like Boston Scott. He looked all right. He looked good last week. This could easily be Boston Scott or Jordan Howard. So either way, I will go with Boston Scott because he's been there. Mm-hmm. He was already the backup with Miles Sanders there. I like him against the Chargers. I feel like what the Eagles are doing is protecting Jalen Hurts too, kind of. Like they're like, yo, because I mean, last week was the perfect ground and pound opportunity, but
they played Detroit.
But this week they're playing even worse run defense. So I feel like Boston Scott, they're gonna try to control the game to take the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. They're just like you said, he's a great fantasy quarterback, but for real life purposes, coaches don't care about us. All right. The next person I got up
They're trying to win.
The next person I got up there is Michael Carter. I like Michael Carter as of late, man. Michael Carter has come on, man. I mean, he's
looking good.
Yeah,
looking good.
He's looking good. It's just like Ty Johnson.
It's because of Mike White, though.
Shout out to Ty Johnson because Ty Johnson's a Maryland guy. My man. He said Michael Carter is a vet in a rookie's body. Like he's prepared. He's prepared out there. I mean, he runs hard. I think he had like 15 carries, 77 yards last week, if I can remember. And he had 2 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 1 receiving and 1 rushing. No, he didn't have 1 rushing. Sorry.
No, he had 1 rushing.
No, that's
he didn't have a receiving touchdown.
Oh, yeah, 1 rushing. But he had 95 receiving yards. Yes, yeah.
14 targets.
Yeah, 14 targets, 27 fantasy points. Can't go wrong with that. So, I mean, like, he's getting his looks. He's going to be involved. This is another thing where I say it's going to go down to game flow. He could be the New York Jets' Deandre Swift in this game. So if they're getting blown out, I can see them going a lot to Michael Carter. Mm-hmm. All right. The next person I'll go to is Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert at Pittsburgh. I got Khalil Herbert up here. I really like Khalil Herbert. But I did send this in prior to David Montgomery being activated off of IR. So he does get downgraded to that flex position. Now, do I think that he will have a role? I think he will have some type of a role. Because I think he's proven that he ran for 100 against Tampa Bay. I feel like Pittsburgh can be ran on. Alex Collins, if anybody remembers, he ran for 101 yards against his same defense in primetime at Pittsburgh. I feel like Chicago's offense is more run heavy. So I feel like Khalil Herbert and you're gonna see a lot of David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. If something does, hang on to Khalil Herbert. Just because David Montgomery came back doesn't mean that you just instantly
we're not sure if David Montgomery's going to play though. I mean, because they got the bye week coming up. He could be just practicing. He's able to practice, but he may not play. So keep an eye on that. But me personally, I don't believe that David Montgomery's going to play this week, and they're gonna wait and they're gonna hold him out till after the bye because it doesn't make sense. Man, have him come back after the bye, ready to go. So this week, I like Khalil Herbert.
I mean, I like him too. But even if David Montgomery does play, I feel like you can slide him in the flex because I feel like coming off that injury, like they're not going to reduce David Montgomery's workload. Like he's built like a tank. I mean, from that time, I remember he looks strong. Yeah. I'm not gonna say. I mean, but he's had a lot of time to rest. But I feel like Khalil Herbert has earned a role. Like meaning, like
he's earned more touches.
Yes, it might be 2 series David Montgomery, 1 Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert is going off, going to ride the high hand for a little bit, then get David Montgomery back in there.
Hold on.
I'm hoping that.
My thing is, like, David Montgomery's been out how long?
He's been out like 4 weeks, I want to say.
He's been out about a month.
I mean, if he's healthy, you play him. Like, if he's healthy, you play him. Like, that's what it's about. Of course, you know, you're Khalil Herbert owner, so you're speaking like that. But if he's healthy, you play him. Like, I'm not sitting him out. We're paying this guy to play football, not to sit out. I hear what you say. You know what I mean? Even if David Montgomery's playing, I don't know. I'm done with Khalil Herbert, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see him as a flex play because David Montgomery's going to be the guy, bro.
If David Montgomery plays, yeah, I agree with that 100%. But, like, when you're talking about medical, you're talking about injuries, dog. Like, it does not make sense to rush him back, especially the way.
But how you know they're rushing him back? How you know they're rushing him back?
I heard that. When was Khalil Herbert drafted? I heard he was drafted in was he drafted in the second?
Was he?
I feel like he was. When was Khalil Herbert? I don't know. I don't know if that's as accurate. You know what I'm saying?
In the NFL
in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say second round. I'm not gonna say that. But he was drafted. He's a rookie this year. He's not an undrafted free agent. He was drafted. Like he's on the team.
No,
he made the team.
Khalil Herbert is a solid player, but David Montgomery is their guy. Like before he got hurt, he was eating.
But I feel like they have 2 really good running backs. David Montgomery is by far the alpha in that offense. But I will say that Khalil Herbert I feel personally from what I saw, only 2 people have rushed for over 100 yards against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in like 2 years, and Khalil Herbert is one of them. And they got dogged. But they made an emphasis to get this man the ball. And he did it on like 18 carries or something like that. So I feel like he's going to be involved. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I feel like if and especially if Dave Montgomery doesn't play, he wouldn't even be on this list because you'd just be starting him. All right, so let's go to the wideouts where I'm gonna get crucified again too.
Jesus.
All right, look, I got Chase Claypool versus Chicago. I'm gonna start there. So look, I feel like Chase Claypool has been very disappointing. Very disappointing. I wanted to put Deontay Johnson on this list, but he's somebody that you're already starting. So it is what it is. But Chicago last week, San Fran is a run-heavy team. And when Debo is getting 175 by himself, I feel like there's enough to go around. Deontay Johnson's not a 175 type guy. He's more of a 80 to 125 type guy. I feel like they're gonna be in a close one because I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh's offense, but I feel like Chase Claypool will be able to beat Chicago's corners. I feel like they have an advantage there with the wide receivers. I like Van Jefferson versus Tennessee. The reason why I like Van Jefferson is because Robert Woods is banged up this week. Next man up is Van Jefferson, and that offense. That offense is going to be. It's really like a system. Like he's just gonna be running the same plays that Robert Woods runs, and Van Jefferson is fairly young. They drafted him to do these things. There's no more Deshaun Jackson going deep. That's Van Jefferson's role, and it's solidified now. You don't have to worry about number 1 on your back no more. It's Van Jefferson. I can see him sneaking behind the defense for a play or two. Yeah.
Tennessee's defense is ranked 32nd against wide receivers also. So
wow, yeah. So definitely you can take a flyer on him.
Wait, but what happened to D Jackson? Well, I'm not hit.
He got released.
He got released.
He wanted
No,
it. No.
Released.
They mutually agreed to a trade. They couldn't find nobody to trade. He got released, and then he went unclaimed on waivers, so he's just a free agent. So nobody wanted him. So I mean, nobody probably wanted his contract. Nobody wanted his contract, but he's definitely going to be on like Tampa, like week 15.
Tampa.
Yeah,
I can see that. Bro.
All right, Cortland Sutton. I have to put Cortland Sutton here. I usually wouldn't put somebody like this here, but Cortland Sutton is the alpha in this offense. You won't see Cortland Sutton on this list no more. He's number one wide out in Denver. A lot of people could be on that Trevon Diggs thing, like, oh my God, like Trevon Diggs out there going to be shadowing him. Trevon Diggs can be beat. I mean, Trevon Diggs can be beat. Trevon Diggs can be beat.
He's just a playmaker.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
He's gonna make a play.
He makes the plays.
But he gets
Trevon Diggs is the 2021 version of Asante Samuel. Like, he is really that guy.
No bullshit.
Like, no, he is. Like, if you give him
I haven't heard Asante Samuel's name in so long.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but you just know that Asante Samuel throw that pump fake, that man's gonna be in the backfield. like, it's true. It's true. So anybody that knows, I got big respect for Trevon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys defense. They look solid, but I like Denver. I like Denver's wide receivers versus Dallas's corners. I mean, it only opens it up that he got Judy back, but I like Cortland Sutton. Like, the quarterbacks they're going to Cortland Sutton in that offense. And Jaylen Waddle versus Houston. Jaylen Waddle, I don't know. I don't think he had a solid week last week. Devontae Parker coming back might have something to do with that, but I feel like he gets back on track. I feel like he's going to be able to get behind that Houston defense a couple times. So I think Jaylen Waddle has a solid game. He's a solid flex play this week for me. Mike Gesicki versus Houston. He's a top 10. He's a top 10 tight end. Mike Gesicki's a stardom. I mean, Mike Gesicki has been balling.
He had a bad week last week.
I mean, he had a bad week last week, but they played the Bills. They played a tough defense. So get him back in your lineups. If you're down on him, you think about selling him, hold him. There's gonna be better matchups ahead. He gets Houston this week, like I said. Definitely throw him in there. I think he definitely gets one this week. Jared Cook at Philly. Jared Cook he's going to be involved. I don't know who Philly's safeties are or their linebackers. I like Jared Cook against Philly. I feel like there's some opportunity there in that secondary, and you got it opens everything up. It doesn't hurt that he plays with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I apologize. It doesn't hurt that he plays with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I will say Keenan first always, because Mike Williams, you are who we thought you were at this point. Yeah. So
wait, what did I miss about Mike Williams?
What? Have you heard his name lately?
The past couple weeks.
Nothing.
But have the Chargers offense been doing anything in the last couple weeks?
They haven't been.
Yeah.
They haven't been.
That's what I'm saying, dog. So what has Keenan Allen done that Mike Williams hasn't?
He's been scoring touchdowns.
Keenan Allen, he had a good game last week.
Keenan Allen had a solid game last week. Keenan Allen is official. Like, Keenan Allen's not the Mike Williams is the 5-catch 140 type guy.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen is the 8-catch 110 type guy. Like, I'm going to Keenan Allen on third and 7. I'm going to Keenan.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Mike.
Yeah.
Unless a safety falls.
I would say, Keenan.
No bull. No bull. I'm not exaggerating, bro.
No.
Keenan is
good.
He's been wide open on some bullshit.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, you said Mike Williams is who we thought he was. I'm like, wait, did he fall all the way off? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, he's trending the wrong way right now.
He's trending the right
direction.
No, who I thought he was.
On 100 yards, like, it's hard to keep that up.
I thought that Mike Williams I thought Mike Williams was an above average wide receiver, and that's what it's looking like. I feel like Keenan Allen is an elite wide receiver. Okay. I feel like Keenan Allen has been from what I've been seeing from Keenan Allen, it's like a drop issue. I feel like he's been dropping passes. Like, I'm like, yo, like, these are passes that would Keenan Allen would make in the pass. But regardless, I feel like Keenan Allen's picking it up. Yeah. So I like just the fact. Sorry, I'm off topic. It doesn't hurt that he plays with two good wide receivers, and it's going to open it up for Jared Cook. Jared Cook, just somehow, some way, 2 catches, 30 yards in a touchdown. That's 2-1. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, who you throwing to? Jared Cook. Like, hey, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, that happened. So that's that. Mo Ali Cox, I like him versus the Jets. Mo Ali Cox is another guy who is he's a sneaky play.
Sometimes like, he just ends up in the end zone.
Yeah, like he's one of those guys who you just be like, yo, Mo Ali Cox, are you serious? But they're going to be
him again.
I feel like this game is heavily slept on tonight. I feel like it's heavily slept on. Look, I feel like the Colts win convincingly tonight, but I feel like, they're going to have to throw the ball. Like they are. Like I really do. And I hope this comes to fruition tonight.
Over under 300 for Mike White.
Under 300 for Mike White.
Under
300 for Mike White.
Definitely under.
Definitely around the but I put it in the 250, 275 for sure. He's not going. I'll put it in 250, 275. Like I feel like
under 250.
Nah, he's gonna be over that.
Because of the volume, like they're gonna have to literally.
He's gonna have to because they're gonna be down in this game. Like it's gonna be the Jonathan Taylor show all the way down the field. And it's gonna be like 4 minutes left in the first. He's gonna have to throw. Like it's gonna be like 4 minutes.
So you think the Colts are gonna blow him out? And
I feel like it's gonna be like 33-21. I feel like that's the type of game we're going to see.
Come out like 17-0 type.
Yes, I feel like they're going to be a big. I feel like game script is going to help those guys. I feel like that's why I'm saying like but the Colts defense.
People be sleeping on the Jets defense like they trash.
I think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be like a medium. I think it could be a 21-24 type, maybe lower than that in scoring. I don't think that this game gets over 45. To be honest with you, I feel like it's going to be
reasonable. That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
With Jonathan Taylor, they're going to use Jonathan Taylor. He's going to get the carries. They're going to run the ball. Clock's going to go. I mean,
the clock's going to be running. That's very true, John.
So I don't know, man. I mean, you could be right. I think that Mike White, he may not have to throw.
The way that I see this game, though,
the line for the over/under is 45.
Yeah,
45.
Oh, damn. That's good. I don't know if you guessed that. God damn. It's a hell of an educated guess right there, my guy. Yeah, that's a great hypothesis with it.
John really knows his stuff.
But I feel like this game could be up and down the field. Like it could be like these defenses. Like I mean, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, Steven. Last week. This is a new week. You about to score a touchdown. Watch.
But like I said, I feel like Mo Ali Cox will sneak out somewhere because for some reason. On the goal line, the Colts just don't.
He probably plays like 40% of the snaps, but they're all in the red zone.
Yes,
all the
he's there.
Over there. It's not Jonathan Taylor, it's him getting
81 has reported eligible. I'm like, why? He's the tight end. Like he doesn't have to do that. But regardless, I mean, it is what it is. Is there one more guy up there? Hunter Henry versus Hunter Henry at Carolina. Hunter Henry's moving into that tight end one territory of top 10 tight ends. He's one of Mac Jones' favorite targets outside of Jacoby Myers, who just can't score a touchdown to save his life. But Hunter Henry finds the end zone. I feel like he finds the end zone at Carolina this week. I feel like if Stephon Gilmore plays, it won't be much out there for Jacoby Myers. So definitely like Hunter Henry this week. I like Buffalo defense. Buffalo defense at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo defense should just do their thing. I don't care home or away at Jacksonville. They don't got enough. I don't even know who. Tre'Davious White's probably gonna be out there just chilling. I hope they just took a lesson from the Bengals though and don't go into this game bullshitting in practice this week because Jacksonville is going to give y'all their best shot and Buffalo. I feel like they're gonna handle business, man. They're not gonna do that. So Jacksonville's offense doesn't have nearly enough as Buffalo's defense. Their defensive line rotates like 10 guys. So I like Buffalo defense. Steelers. Defense versus Chicago. I feel like they're going to force some turnovers. They definitely are going to they're going to perform better than the Niners defense did last week versus Chicago. I believe it's the Steelers coming off a bye. Are they coming off a bye? Did they play last week? No, not they did play last week. They played the Browns last week, and also who my bad. Oh, they're playing Chicago. David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert. So what I will say is Najee Harris, I mean, Nick Chubb did not do that much against Steelers defense coming off an injury. I think Nick Chubb is better than David Montgomery. So I feel like the Steelers are going to shut that down. And if they force Justin Fields to throw, they're going to shut down Darnell Mooney, and we're not going to speak on Allen Robinson. So the next team we're going to move on to is New England defense special teams versus Carolina. I don't care if Sam Darnold plays or not at this point. They're just not looking good.
Start him.
It looks bad. It looks really bad from week 1 to week 3 or 4. It just looks bad. From week 1 to whenever they played Dallas.
To whenever Christian McCaffrey got hurt.
Yes. So whenever Christian McCaffrey got hurt, It just looks bad out there for that offense. New England's going to draw it up. This is regardless of if Christian McCaffrey plays, because Bill Belichick's style is take out the best team's player. So he's definitely going to. A hobbled Christian McCaffrey's out there. He's their best player, and he's taking him out of the game. Like regardless, he's going to be like, I need 2 guys on this, and anybody else can beat us 1-on-1. J.C. Jackson, you're on DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson could just be matched up with a linebacker at this point. He's not getting it done. He's not getting it done, bro. He's not getting it done. And I like Dallas' defense. I like Dallas' defense versus Denver. Washington's defense shut this offense down last week. Washington's defense is actually on the rise, but I'm not going to compare them to Dallas' defense right now. They're playing solid football. They held the Vikings down to 13 points last week. So the Vikings defense is really good. Dallas' team overall is looking sharp. I feel like they got some good coaching. They got players in the right spot. They're playing with confidence right now. They're at home versus Denver. They're getting a quarterback back. A lot of momentum is going to be driven into that game. I feel like Denver is just going to be overwhelmed by everything going on. I feel like this is not going to have enough to keep pace. And I feel like they're going to be down in this game if Dak Prescott plays for sure. So a lot of passing from Teddy Bridgewater, who's been the most accurate quarterback over the past 2 years. But I will say that I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for sacks out there. A lot of sacks out there. A lot of short throws, which Trevon Diggs loves. Trevon Diggs might get a pick this week, so yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like Dallas defense they're gonna do enough to be probably a top 10, top 6, top 5 defense this week, and that's the starters for me.
All right.
Sorry that took so long.
Y'all got
30 minutes.
That was good.
Y'all didn't really have much to say about the second half.
The defenses were good. They were good. I can't.
I was going to put the Colts on there, man. I was. But I was like, I feel like the game going to be up and down the field. It is. It's surprisingly. Watch when we check the score. I feel like we're going to be here when
put the second
starts,
half back on there, Mac. Let me see what he had on there.
Look, so you can criticize. Man. You ain't say nothing, man. There's no ho. It was none of that. Like we ain't get none of that, man.
You know what I mean?
We got to say, P.
I mean, I like it. When we talk about Cortland Sutton just being a stardom, I was thinking to myself, like, he's not just a stardom. You have to put him on this list.
That's why I addressed that. I addressed that, though. And said
no, you were saying that this is the last time he's going to be on this list. Like, he's like a fucking DeAndre Hopkins.
I mean, yeah.
Like he's a Cooper Kupp.
Receiver, though.
No. I mean, unless you have, like,
hell no.
Matt Roser's team.
Bro, you have to put him on here. Like, you played a matchup with Cortland Sutton. He's not just a bona fide starter.
What is he, wide receiver what?
I don't know.
I don't check for him.
He's not a bona fide starter, bro. Cortland Sutton is not a bona fide starter.
He's wide receiver 22.
You play him with the matchup. I mean, he's a low-end wide receiver 2.
He's a wide receiver 22.
You know what I mean?
Low-end wide receiver 2. Okay.
You play him with the matchups.
That's true.
He could be on this list.
That's true. I mean, because if
he
could be. He could definitely.
Somebody's like AB. If AB is like active or something like that, then you don't start. I will put AB in there over course for sure. But,
exactly. See shit like that.
But
that's the only issue you got.
That's the only issue I got.
I like there's overall in Tweed's list. I mean, there were some things I disagree with.
Of course,
we will get into the synonyms. And you'll see the differences. All right. But before we get into the synonyms, we're gonna go to a commercial break real quick. So Matt, go ahead, hit us with the commercial break. We'll be right back. All right.
Make sure my vocals right. Make sure the beat right. Welcome to the 5th show.
Time to cuff.
Powered by ItsNation TV.
Oh no!
ItsNation TV.
That's why I try to get in line.
Play, execute, have fun, dub.
I can do a lot more than what I think I can.
All right, we're back from commercial break. We just got through our stardoms. And now we're going to go ahead and get to the situms, which I got situms, all right? But let's get into it, y'all. All right.
Of course.
Number one, Ryan Tannehill going against the Los Angeles Rams. Rams, you mean we just heard that they acquired Mr. Von Miller, and they've been playing real well, man. And with Ryan Tannehill going against the Rams this week without Derrick Henry, the run game, I don't think Adrian Peterson's gonna go in there and beat Derrick Henry. He's not. McNichols, no.
No.
So Ryan Tannehill's gonna have to be forced to throw the ball, and then we might see a Tannehill like the Tannehill that we saw in Miami. We may see that this week. I think he's gonna have to throw the ball, and that's gonna be a problem.
He don't thrive in situations where he's the focal point.
Yeah. So
Derrick Henry's the guy over there.
I
Derrick
don't.
Henry be making.
Wait, shit! But I'm also not hip to that. What happened to Derrick Henry?
He's out.
Ankle injury.
He's out for the year, pretty much.
The year?
He's on IR.
Yep, he's on IR.
I don't think we see Derrick Henry again this year.
Yeah, we don't
say that.
No more Derrick
6 to
Henry.
10 weeks. If they make the playoffs, he may be able to come back, but we'll see what happens.
But man, this nigga was having a historic pace
bro.
of the year.
Yeah,
bro.
he
I
was.
think he has 1,000 rushing yards.
Crazy.
Oh, he's damn near. What? Just under.
But
Tannehill,
Tannehill,
900.
if you have him, do not start him in this matchup right here. This is not a great matchup for him. So listen to your boy on this one. Sit him this week. Okay. Next, Justin Fields. Don't believe the hype, man. He had a nice little run last week, whatever. But this week they're going against Pittsburgh. I do see them trying to run the ball a little bit more. He's not going to throw on Pittsburgh. All right. I mean, Pittsburgh still has a solid secondary there. I mean, Fitzpatrick. I mean, they got some other guys, but I feel like they're going to be able to limit Fields, and Fields has yet to show that he's able to really throw the ball downfield like that. I mean, he had that nice run last week, but this week I think he comes back down to earth, and you see those single-digit fantasy points in your lineup that you don't want to see. So I'm sitting Fields against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he had 25 points last week.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, he had he had a touchdown on the ground. We can't forget that. So
I think he had like a 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
But he had
fourth down.
touchdowns, right?
Oh, like fourth down. No, it was like third and.
It was.
I think he had one passing touchdown last week.
Yeah, it's a Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
I was like, dog.
Dude, that's why Cole Kmet. I mean, that's not happening this week.
Yeah.
Don't
don't go on my man Cole Kmet like
that's
that.
not happening. All right. I mean,
You got him in there?
Definitely not.
yeah.
Absolutely not. He's not on my team anymore.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
I like Cole Kmet.
Now, number three, Mike White. Now, I know this is kind of conflicting here because we saw
Certainly.
Mike White as a stardom.
What's your projections for Mike?
Yeah,
dog?
let's hear
Now-
this. Let's hear
What's your
this.
projections
Mike
for
Williams.
Mike, dog?
Now we did a believe the hype, don't believe the hype segment this week. He would have been a don't believe the hype person for me because 405, 3 touchdowns. That's not happening this week. That's not happening. You're talking about a Colts D that's trending up right now. I feel like they're getting better in the past game. Yes, they have been bad earlier on through the air, but they went against week 1. They went against the Rams, and they went against a Seattle offense with Russell Wilson, with Metcalf and Lockett week 2. So those were tough matchups that they had to deal with early on in the season, which kind of skews their numbers. I feel like they've been getting better, and I feel like they're going to continue to get better. And this is a matchup here where they can get better. I feel like this game, like I said, I feel like this is going to be a close game. I'm not going to say the Jets are going to get blown out in this game. I feel like this is going to be a slow pace type of game where you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Taylor. They're going to try to get Michael Carter-Williams going on the other side. I don't think he's going to throw for that many yards this week. Like I said, I feel like it's going to be under 250 this week. But he's definitely going to be a sitter for me. I like the Colts D. I feel like this is an opportunity for them to really get right. We could see picks. They the past 2 weeks they had 2 picks last week, and then a week before that they had 2 picks. So they're trending in the right direction here, and I think that the Colts D will be able to limit Mike White's abilities in this game. So I had him at a sit him. I don't like it. I'm not believing the hype.
Don't like it.
405. That's not happening. Don't throw him in your lineup. I know there's some buys this week where you might be. I could plug him in. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't bite the apple, man. Don't do it. Don't take the bait.
Pick up a Teddy Bridgewater or
Yeah,
something
you got some
like
other
that.
guys that you can pick up, man. I don't believe it, man. But we're not gonna stay too long on that. But
who's starting?
Hey,
you missed you must have missed the stardom, Steven.
Somebody starting Mike White.
Hey.
Somebody think it's gonna be.
We will see what happens tonight. But like I said, I could be biased too because I have Colts defense, so this could be a biased opinion here.
And Mike White, I trust. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on my man, bro.
Mike gonna look all right.
Don't sleep on my man.
He's gonna look okay. He's gonna look okay.
But like I said, I'm gonna give Mike White his flowers because we did we talk shit about him last week.
I thought the Bengals defense was gonna put up like 20. They put up one. No, they killed me.
Yeah, we talked shit. We talked our shit, but you know what? I'm gonna give my man respect. He did his thing 4 or 5. You can't you can't laugh at that. Nah, he did it. He had a great game. But this week, I'm not even gonna bash him this week. I just feel like the game script is not gonna call for him to have to throw that much this game. So I could say I'm gonna say he's gonna go 15 below in fantasy points this week. So I'm not trusting it, but much respect to him. And Mike White, I mean, we apologize to you, my brother. You had a good week. You had a good week. So I'm saying, so we're gonna give you a love on that. But
we're not the only ones that
we wasn't the only
was tarnishing your name.
So yeah, but this week I don't got you doing it again. All right, prove me wrong. All right, well, we're gonna keep it moving. All right, Trevor Lawrence going against Buffalo. Buffalo, man, is the top defense, one of the top defenses in the league. Trevor Lawrence has not shown that he's able. Like, I don't know what's going on with Trevor, man. He's not doing what I feel he should do, even with
a terrible team.
Yeah,
it's the roster, bro.
Yeah, it's the roster.
He's gonna get better. He's gonna get better.
It's the roster.
I feel like Trevor's the least of the
It's
problem.
not going to get better.
Meyer's not even a good coach.
Yeah. He doesn't have DJ Chark, his top option.
He doesn't.
The running back.
He doesn't.
Got hurt, right?
Chenault is not playing well. Agnew is probably looking like the best option in that offense for some reason. I don't know. Other than James Robinson is hurt, so I just don't like it. Trevor Lawrence they're going against Buffalo, but arguably one of the best defenses, arguably the best defense in the league. So I'm sitting him 100%. All right. I feel you on that, Kylie. I feel you on that. I'm still mad that Nick made that trade with you. I'm gonna say that right now. You got over on that bullshit. You got over that bullshit. But it is what it is. All right, but keep it moving. Downgrade. Downgrade.
Clearly,
think about that.
I'm sick about that shit, man. Like, that was some bullshit.
Trade is like
but
and sitting. You can think
Trade King.
Kylie's a contender in your head. Boy.
Yeah, he is. I don't like it.
No,
I don't like
man,
it.
not there yet. Not there yet, man. You're not there yet. Not there yet. Not there yet, man. You're not there yet. Not there yet.
Hey.
But downgrade is Colin Murray, man. Ankle injury in that Green Bay game. And he didn't look. He threw that pick, and I feel like that pick that happened that closed the game out was because of that ankle injury, man. I feel like he couldn't get much pressure off of that foot to throw that touchdown, but it was an interception and they lost the game. And I feel like this is the week he may not even play. But if he does, I'm downgrading. I'm lowering the expectations on him
over there.
Oh,
Who the
I
fuck
don't
knows?
know.
Oh, Colt McCoy.
Oh my, he's still in the league. Oh my God, they're done. They're done. If Colt takes snaps out of there, they're done. They're done.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's not looking good, but
they're done. Watch Colt go out there.
Not
Mike
saying
White.
if Colin Murray, I mean, yeah, CH, he knew exactly who that was because that's his man right there. Colin Murray, that's his man. So shout out to our producer in the back, CH. You know what I'm saying? I had to give you that L. You know, we had to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Gave his first L of the year.
We didn't go to the matchups this week.
So we had to put that out there.
That's why John wanted to go through the match. He's like, we don't got the matchups.
Well, we're going to matchups first. No, nigga, we're not doing that this week.
Oh my God!
But yeah, man, Colin Murray, man. I mean, I'm low. I mean, if he's playing, you're gonna start him. That's your guy, all right. But lower your expectations, all right. On to the running backs, Jeremy Nichols. Hell no. They're going against the Rams, and then they talk about he's gonna get majority of the touches. I mean, Adrian Peterson's still he's got to get acclimated to the offense. So Jeremy McNichols should be the guy, but he's not going to do shit this week. Don't put him in your lineup. I mean, I know it could be tempting. You know what I mean? But don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I feel you, John. I came here for the matchups too. Hey, Steven, I hear you. I hear you. Sean didn't want that. Hey, Kyle talking shit.
Fuck you.
Kyle talking shit.
You got it.
Right.
You know.
I mean, but Nichols, no, he's not the answer, man. We ain't gonna get too much into that. Don't start him this week. I mean, you can watch and see what he does, but this week, no, you sit him. Zach Moss against Jacksonville. It looks juicy, but I don't like it. I mean, I think Devin Singletary started to get a little bit more. I don't know what they're doing in the running game over there. I don't know what's happening. I just don't like either one. Zach Moss did look like he was the guy earlier on, but it's like it's just a toss up right now. I don't like what's going on. Jacksonville is a good matchup, but I'm staying clear of that. If I can start somebody else in that spot, I would do that, like a Boston Scott for sure. Boston Scott over Zach Moss, I would take that for sure. Number 3, Kenneth Gainwell. We know that he was one of our hosts had the
down,
had a bold prediction on him.
Hold on. Let me speak on Kenneth Gainwell. Like, I don't know what happened. Like when Miles Sanders was in there, it was, when did we hear about Boston Scott? He wasn't doing nothing.
We did.
It was Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
Like, and then Miles Sanders get hurt. Kenneth Gainwell gets nothing. Yeah. Like nothing. I don't know.
But that's why.
Is it still Doug Peterson over there?
That's why it was a bold. It was a bold prediction. I felt like it was.
I mean, it was a bold prediction,
but
it was extra bold. But I thought he was going to do something. He didn't do nothing, bro. Like he made me look bad out there. Kenneth Gainwell, if you ever hear this, fuck you.
And they put up how many points last week? And they were
38.
It's not his fault. He doesn't call his own number.
It's not the guy.
It's the coach.
It's not the guy.
It's not the guy.
Fuck you.
Sorry, Kenneth.
No,
because lately people been watching. So here's the thing. Like, nah,
you got to be out there. But, like, what was he doing in practice? He wasn't earning this shit in practice, bro.
Hey, man. Hey,
you know what I mean?
He just wasn't it.
Well,
man.
what did you see?
Script.
And the bad thing about it,
I mean, what I seen was
is
what he was doing with Miles Sanders, and he was getting like 5 to 6 targets a game. Yeah. You know, he wasn't really getting the carries, but he was getting targets. Like he was involved in the offense. Yeah. Last week, he was not involved at all. Like nothing.
Yeah,
nothing, bro.
And see
like
Boston Scott going for 2 touchdowns, and then see
Jordan Howard
going for 2 touchdowns.
When I was seeing them going, I was like, like, why?
Like it's working. It's
not
working for you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he got nothing. They gave him no love. That's fucked up.
Yeah, so I'm sitting them this week. Don't trust
me too.
Don't trust
everybody.
And Mike Davis, Mike Davis coming at number 4, man. He probably shouldn't even be on this list, man. He could be a potential dropper, to be honest with you. But Mike Davis, man, I mean, you could be in a desperate situation where you got to put a running back in there, but he just has not been getting the touches. We talk about opportunities all the time on this show, and it's just the opportunities, man. He's just not getting enough, and he's not doing much with the opportunities that he gets. Cordell Patterson is obviously he's the guy right there, man. He's getting the touches in the backfield and also in the passing game. I don't like Mike Davis, man. I mean, they're going against New Orleans, one of the best run defenses in the league. You need to sit him for this one. If you can go with another option, I don't know. Man, I probably would go Kenneth Gainwell over Mike Davis. In this, you
could probably find somebody on free agency in your league better than Mike Davis.
Yeah. So Mike Davis, I'm staying away from that. Stay clear of that. Leave him on your bench, please. All right. Thank me later.
Bum.
Right. Now, downgrade James Robinson going against Buffalo. He's got an injury. I think he had a heel injury. That's what they're saying. And then he's going against one of the best, if not the best defense in the NFL.
He didn't practice today either. So.
Yeah, and he didn't practice today. So if he does play, downgrade him. You may see a little bit more Carlos Hyde in this game. Even that's not going to. It's just the production's not going to be there. But downgrade James Robinson in this one. That's going to wrap up QB running backs. Let's move forward on this. All right. Wide receivers, number 1. Devonte Smith.
Hold on. Before, what did y'all think about the running backs, quarterbacks, Twan and Sean?
I don't know if James Robinson's playing this week.
Yeah. He may not play.
I agree with the running backs and quarterbacks. I ain't really have too much to say about that. I agree with it.
I don't agree. Sorry.
Other than Mike White.
Yeah, Mike White's up there. I mean, it's just we gotta see how the quarterbacks play out. We gotta see how the quarterbacks play out outside. I mean, Mike White. I agree with Justin Fields. Not a believer. Ryan Tannehill versus Los Angeles. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, he said, I don't agree with Mike
You know what I'm
White.
saying?
Mike
I don't
White
think nobody out there is even started Trevor. But
Shit,
Kyler-
somebody probably started.
Kyler- I mean, yeah, in a super flex. Colin Murray at San Fran, that's a great downgrade right there. I like that.
Mhm.
But I don't agree with Mike White. I
Yeah.
feel like they're gonna be up and down the field.
Mike White for president, bro. Watch after
Straight
this
up.
game. After this game.
Yeah, the great
Straight
thing
up.
about it is we gonna see what's going on tonight. Right? You know,
The
It
next
all has to
hour.
play out.
In the next hour. In the next hour.
I can't wait.
We're gonna see. NFL Network.
We gonna
tune in.
see.
All
We
Like,
gonna
always
see.
say.
right.
All right, but let's keep it moving to the wide receivers. Devonte Smith going against the Chargers. Now, Devonte Smith, I mean, it's been a little. He's only had one touchdown on the year. I mean, and
I think that came in week 1.
Yeah, week
bro.
one.
You,
Like,
Reese.
God
He
damn.
is.
This one is specifically for you, Reese. Why is Michael Pittman not in
Hey,
there?
last week I was like,
he's in
when
there
are you
now.
going to start Michael
He's
Pittman,
in there.
bro?
He's in there. He's in
Like,
there now. I think you got him in there.
I
Yeah.
was like, when are you going to start Michael
on,
Pittman,
bro.
man?
Give up. You can drop him.
He was scoring touchdowns every week.
No, you can drop him, bro. You can
Devontae Smith. I mean, I think you still stash him, but
No, I can't start him on my team,
Yeah.
and I need a wild back. like no, I cannot. No, bro. Devonte Smith. I don't
He's
know.
not it.
Wait,
He looked good. He looked good week 1 and 2. After that, it was like, no, he's
not doing
not.
nothing.
I mean, he's gotten yardage. He's been,
bro.
but
What? I want
touchdowns.
to know what his numbers are.
I think
He
it's
got
more.
one-
I
he
think
got-
it's
he
more
got
of Jalen Hurts
He's
though.
had
I,
like 2 or 3.
I think it's more of Jalen Hurts than it is
You don't-
his
you don't,
skill
like,
set.
really
He's got
throw the ball
122
Yeah.
yards, 122 receiving
Jalen
yards in
Hurts
one
is a
game.
dual
That was
threat.
that far
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, go from week 8 to week 4. Go from week 8 to week 5.
Week 8 to week. All right, hold on. Week 5,
15. He had 3 targets last week.
He had 3 targets.
And they put up 38 points. Jesus Christ.
Nah, they was running the
Done
ball.
with
They
it.
was running the ball.
Yeah,
They was running the
but
ball.
still, like, the
Like,
offense was
like
working.
Jalen Hurts only had 11 fantasy points and they scored 38 points.
Yeah, but like I said,
so
he'll
you can't think the wide receivers are going to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like-
61 yards, 8.6 fantasy points, half PPR.
Yeah,
31, 77. Now,
he had 122 versus Kansas City.
I mean, yeah,
Before.
that Kansas City.
Terrible.
Jordan Love.
Nah. Hell
All right,
no.
cool. All right,
He
cool.
said everybody eats against Kansas City.
All right, bro. Kansas City's being evaluated. It's like one of my
Yeah.
producers said.
No, I said
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is being evaluated.
The whole
You can
team's
throw-
being
you can throw
evaluated at this
KC in
point.
there.
They almost lost to the Giants.
They
The whole
run-
team is
they
on
run
radar.
like- yeah, they run with him.
The whole
so.
team is your spot is like looking sketchy outside of Kelsey and Hill.
Yeah.
Big fat.
Yeah, your spot's looking almost
Yeah.
done.
I can agree with that. Allen Robinson versus San Francisco. We already know what Allen Robinson. He's been. I'm not gonna say that it's his fault. I
It's
just
not
feel like
his
it's
fault.
just Fields and just the coaching staff not being able to get him the ball and just draw up some schemes to get him involved. So Allen Robinson. I mean, this may be the last time I put him on the list because he's just not. He's not
You
producing.
might not even
man.
have to put him on here.
Yeah,
Should've
yeah,
assumed
but
sit him.
it was
Yeah,
a
yeah, just-
it was
assume you
a
should sit him.
If you're
it was
starting
a
him,
confident.
You're
It
in
was,
a
it,
16
Sit him
league.
until you
Yeah.
see him on our starting
Yeah,
list.
facts. Yeah.
it was a confident sit him. That's why I put him on there.
Facts.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
where's Nick Foles?
I knew it. I knew
Why
it
you
was
just
going.
put Nick Foles?
Yeah, I
Nick
knew it was gonna
Foles
be
was
something
throwing him
that
the ball.
they was not
Every
gonna
play.
argue me with. I mean, so
He
yeah,
had like 112 targets.
You talking about?
Nick Foles last year.
You say he gave him 112 targets?
Yes.
Oh.
Gave Allen Robinson the ball,
I don't
and
know.
they were better. And they were better than they
I
were
honestly
now.
don't know what's going on over there.
But yeah, I just
Well, who's getting the targets then?
Nobody.
nobody.
Justin Fields is running for his life out there. No
Not even letting
bullshit.
the ball
This is
go.
their best passing week, and Matt Nagy was out with COVID.
This is their
So
best.
bad.
It's,
Wow.
it's the
That's wild.
coach.
That's so
Niggas
bad.
been calling for him to lose his job.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh no, he's gone this week.
Yeah, he's definitely gone. Jacoby Myers going against Carolina. Jacoby Myers, he is looking like he's the number one receiver for the New England Patriots, and we saw the resurgence of Gilmore, and this could be where Gilmore is covering him, and I just don't like the matchup. I don't like the matchup for Jacoby Myers here. He's been solid. He's been getting targeted, but this week I just don't see it happening. This could be an ugly one. I think it takes a couple of turnovers, maybe red zone opportunities for him possibly, and then you still got Damian Harris back there. He's been running the ball great, and then the other running backs. I think all of them. It wasn't that past week where all of them scored, or was it the week before that? I'm not sure, but they've been trying to run the ball a lot. And I think that they're going to continue to try to do that this week, and that's going to limit Jacoby this week. So I have him in my system. I wouldn't start him. If you have to, you don't have any other options, then okay, go ahead and do your thing and hope for the best. But I'm not starting Jacoby this week.
Oh, y'all scored 44. Y'all still some shit.
The Eagles.
Damn, 44.
Oh
yeah, because they took Jalen Hurts out and put it in the backup, and I guess they scored again.
They dogged
2 field goals.
Dogged them.
Yeah.
Eagles defense had 20. I know.
Then Tyler Boyd against Cleveland. I believe that Tyler Boyd scored last week, but it's obvious that Chase and Higgins are the two guys over there, and just the opportunities. Tyler Boyd's not getting enough of them. They're going against Cleveland. It could be a good matchup for him, but I like Chase and I like Higgins in this matchup to do well, and I think that Tyler Boyd's going to be the odd man out, like he's been majority of the season. I mean, so it could be enticing because of last week he did get into the end zone, but this week I'm not starting him this week. And me and Sean got a bet with Tyler Boyd. I might well just give him the money now. But yeah, I'm not.
Who was it? Tyler Boyd and who?
Jamar Chase.
Oh.
yeah. So that's a done deal right there. But Tyler Boyd, yeah, I'm sitting him this week. Then downgrade DeAndre Hopkins going against San Francisco. We know that he has that hamstring injury, and he's fighting through it, man. I mean, one thing I will say about DeAndre Hopkins, man, he's a tough one, man. He don't want to miss no games, and he's trying his best to be out there available to his team. But I feel like this hamstring is bothering him, man. And they're going against a solid defense in San Francisco this week. So I definitely would lower my expectations. I feel like he's going to play. I mean, just the type of person he is, he's going to play through this shit. But I just would lower my expectations, man. I don't think he's going to be all right. I don't think he's going to be 100%. And then also Colin Murray, he's dealing with an injury as well. So lower your expectations on DeAndre Hopkins this week. You start him if he plays, but just, be mindful. All right. Tight end. All right. Now, Hunter Henry. Now, Twan had him as a starter on his list, and I got him as a sit-him. Hunter Henry, we knew before last week he went for 4 touchdowns in the 4 previous weeks before last week. And that streak ended last week. And he's going against Carolina this week that's only given up 3 touchdowns to the tight end all year. And I don't like this matchup for him. I don't. Like I said before, I feel like there's going to be it's going to be a running situation here where we're going to see Damian Harris, we're going to see Stevenson, we could see Bolden. I feel like it's going to be that type of game, and it's going to be a defensive game because I feel like Carolina, they've been a solid defense throughout the year, and I feel like it's going to be a low scoring game here. Hunter Henry, he's been solid, but this week, last week he didn't get in the end zone, and this week I don't think he gets in the end zone this week. I don't think he does, and just. I mean, if you got him, you're gonna play him. But I don't like him. If you can pivot, like there's another guy, Noah Fant's gonna be out. I forget the other guy's name at tight end. The backup for the Denver Broncos, I forget his name. Y'all can
start him over Hunter Henry.
I would start him. I would start him over Hunter Henry with confidence. I would.
With confidence?
With confidence. I would. I feel like last week that guy, I think he had like 33 receiving yards, a couple of catches, but I feel like if Fan is out, he could be a better option that you could pivot to this week over Henry. I just don't like it. But you heard it here. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see. Moving forward, but we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. Dan Arnold versus Buffalo. Buffalo, like we said, that's one of the best defenses in the league. Dan Arnold hasn't really been doing great. I mean, he's a sit-em. Number 3, Pat Freiermuth. He had a good week last week with Ebron out, and he kind of, he's kind of taking a stronghold over that starting role. But he's going against Chicago, and Chicago has been great against tight end as well. So I would not put him in this week. Austin Hooper against Cincinnati. Everybody with confidence. Who's everybody? Who? They talk about the Patriots? All right, whatever. We keep moving. All right. Austin Hooper, no. I'm not rocking with it. That's just I don't like the situation there. And then Baker Mayfield is hurt. And he's not getting Austin Hooper involved enough for me to be like, all right, go ahead and put him in, plug him in as a stardom. All right. Now, downgrade Tyler Higbee. I like the matchup for Tyler Higbee. I'm starting him in my league, but I'm just not confident that he's going to get the ball. Because the past couple of weeks, he hasn't been getting enough targets. I mean, you've been seeing a Cooper Kupp show. You've seen that Robert Woods has started to resurge a little bit. Is starting to get more opportunities, starting to get more targets, and Higbee's kind of been the odd man out, and then Van Jefferson's been getting his here and there too, and then Deshaun out. So if you have him, like if you have him in, let's say you have like who else? What other tight end I could compare him to?
Who? Tyler Higbee?
Yeah, Tyler Higbee. Somebody that I would start him over. See, now I'm taking some time.
That would start over Tyler Higbee?
That I would start over Tyler Higbee because I feel like Tyler Higbee is a start. He can start.
Like, yeah, Conklin, Jared Cook.
I would start him over Conklin, even though Conklin has a good matchup this week. I would still start Higbee over him still, but I just would lower my expectations on Higbee, man. It's just, he just hasn't been getting enough. I feel like he's a great tight end. He's a solid tight end. Just the targets haven't been going his way. But I'm not gonna put him on as a sit-em. Some people out there got him as a sit-em this week, but I would go ahead and put him as a downgrade, lower your expectations, but start him if you got him. All right. Especially with the buys, you got a guy like Ricky Seals-Jones, my man. He out on the buy this week. You know what I'm saying? So you might not be able to put him in there, but Tyler Higbee, I'm definitely I definitely would start him, but just lower your expectations. Tight end. If you're lucky to get 10 plus with a tight end, you're lucky to get that. Tight end position is that's kind of a toss up. Long as if you don't got a guy like Kelsey and Waller's been playing bad, but if you don't got a guy like Kelsey, then you're it's a toss up at the end of the day. So I would start him, but just lower your expectations. Defense, number one defense that I'm sitting, it would be the Denver Broncos defense. Just they're going against Dallas. Dallas is arguably one of the best offenses so far in the league as of yet, and Dak is trending up to play in this game. So I don't.
Yeah, he practiced full today.
Yeah, I don't like Denver in this matchup, and I feel like Denver you got to play the matchups with them, and this is not the week for that. All right, so sit Denver. Tennessee. Discuss Tennessee going against the Rams. Come on, it's the fucking Rams, dog. All right? You can't start Tennessee's defense against the Rams. All right, you could possibly look at negative points here if you start, possibly negatives. So make sure you 100%. Sit Tennessee's defense. All right, Mac, let me get that up there. We got a couple more left on there. Philly's defense versus the Chargers. I feel like the Chargers get right in this game here. If they've been kind of, off in Baltimore, and then last week, it just hasn't been great. But I feel like they get back right in this game here versus Philly. So sit Philly this week. I know it could be a little bit tempting with that week they had versus Detroit, but it was Detroit. Come on now, they're not doing that against the Chargers. Make sure you sit them. Downgrade Cincinnati's defense versus Cleveland. Cincinnati, we seen the Jets. Mike White throw 405 on them. Don't like that. Didn't like seeing that. Cincinnati's defense, and they're a good defense. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but they're going against Cleveland, even though Mayfield is not 100%. I don't think they're gonna ball out versus Cleveland. I feel like this is a division game as well, so this could be one of those soggy games where it could be a low scoring even game.
Defensive game.
A kicker win the game. And a kicker win the game.
You got him as a downgrade. You don't got him as a sit.
Yeah, I don't got him as a sit-em. So downgrade him. If you got him, you definitely gonna play him because defenses are hard to come by this season. So if you got him, play him. All right, but lower your expectations, like we always say. All right, but that wraps up the stardom sit-ems. And I believe we're going back to another commercial break, Mac. All right, so let's get to that commercial break real quick.
We got what?
And then we're gonna have the buy sells coming right after the break. All right. So let's get
This is Sean.
This is John.
And this is Torn.
Tune in to The Fantasy with SJT on ItsNation TV on YouTube at 5:30 on Wednesdays. We got the position rankings, the stardom sit-ems, buy low, sell high, and listen to your boy. Don't listen to these guys over here.
man.
Listen to your boy. The boy's undefeated right now. 139. I finished at the top of the league this week.
Look, listen to me. If you don't listen to anybody, listen to me. Wait until y'all see what the GOAT is about to do to these gentlemen.
4-time champ right here, so you know who to listen to. The champ is here. Until anyone dethrones me and wins more ships than me, I'm still the champ of this league. Men lie, women lie,
Man,
numbers don't.
It sounds good, man, but consistency is key in fantasy. 7 straight playoff appearances. You got to put yourself in position to win. All in all, what I'm going to say, man, tune in 5:30 every Wednesday. Also, hop in the feed on Wednesdays at 5:30. We answer your questions live, so come get your best fantasy advice with us, SJT.
Y'all know what I mean? You could be like, sometimes you can be like, you know. All right. Shit. Y'all be getting in debt, even with the defenses. And I'm like, damn, nigga.
All right, bro.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. We get into the buy low. But this week is not just buy low, it's buy. Buy and sell. I know it say buy low, but it's buy and sell. Because some players you might have to buy. Some players you might have to buy high. You know what I mean? Is that Arias Adams? Hey, welcome. Jeez, I see you about 6 years, bro. You know what I mean?
Welcome to
the show, bro. All right, but my first person to buy low on is Justin Jefferson. Last week, he only had 2 receptions, 4 targets. So you might have an owner out there that's panicking like, oh, I need to get rid of Justin Jefferson right now. So if you're an owner, maybe you got, you drafted running backs heavy. You need to get rid of one of your running backs, Michael Carter or somebody like that. You know what I mean? You throw him for Justin Jefferson and the owner might take him. A lot of right now, running backs are scarce. So if you did draft Parker or Thielen, come on, man. Adam Thielen, bro.
Man, look. Thielen, to me, Thielen is the true number 1 over there.
Are you talking about Devontae Parker? Or Thielen?
Thielen is the true
Adam
number
Thielen,
1 over there
bro.
over Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, I mean, you had to hop on the bandwagon last year. This year he's kind of fell off a little bit. It's a sophomore, and I won't even say it's a slump because he's still been solid. You know what I mean? But I like he scored more touchdowns. I like Thielen. You could, so I would sell Jefferson. You could probably sell Jefferson for a Thielen and then get a little bit more. I mean,
so you selling Jefferson? You're not trying.
Nah,
you trying to buy, bruh.
But look,
Jefferson in weeks prior, he looked good. Like he's wide receiver 21 right now. It's only going to get better for Jefferson.
What's Thielen?
Wide receiver 12.
All right, I mean that's what I'm saying.
All right,
and you drafted Jefferson before Thielen, right? Correct.
For sure.
But you drafted you.
So right now you think you should be trying to sell Justin Jefferson instead of buying him? His stock is low right now, bro. You don't want to sell him right now. You try to.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
You try to buy
Justin
Justin.
About that. You can buy him low because of the production. Second
half of the season, like Steven just said, he's about to come on, bro. He's not going to stay this low.
And then Justin Jefferson, I seen on IG Justin Jefferson said he don't give a damn about our fantasy teams. So
that doesn't. You think that means he doesn't want to catch passes? He still wants to catch passes and touchdowns. Like, come on, man.
You guys show love to the fantasy football community.
Yeah,
man. I get it.
You don't care if you care.
You're
not touchdowns, bro.
Perform.
They want to win games. They want to win games. We talking fantasy, man. They talking reality. So I get it. But you know what I'm saying? Show us a little bit more. Justin Jefferson, show us a little bit more love, man. You know what I mean? Like, show us a little bit more love. We got money on the line.
If I was a player, I wouldn't care about fantasy either. But
you want to get in the end zone.
You still want to get in the end zone. That's what I mean. But he's like fantasy players. Y'all can talk, but I'm gonna find the end zone. Like, stop it. Like,
that's all we ask. All we want you to do is succeed. So why you got to come at the fantasy owners?
That's
true.
We
want you to ball
because people talk a lot of shit, man.
That's
a lot of shit.
A lot of players don't really care for fantasy.
I'm not advocating for the threats and the why you.
They just want to win.
Like, you want to put up numbers.
So let's back up here.
Yeah, but buy low on Justin Jefferson. I got Deandre Swift on this list because Jamal Williams was out last week. So a lot of people thought that Deandre Swift would have his best fantasy game ever last week. But he only had 8.1 fantasy points. So you might have some owners that's like, I need to ship DeAndre Swift right now. You know what I mean? If you're one of those owners, like I keep saying, if you're one of those owners that drafted running back heavy and you can afford to give up a DeAndre Swift and try to buy on maybe a wide receiver, high-end wide receiver too, you can do that. You know what I mean? Like DeAndre Swift did not perform last week. Did he not?
No.
Like everyone thought, every fantasy analyst was like, this is going to be DeAndre Swift's best game yet. Jamal Williams is inactive. He didn't do shit.
Yeah.
The Eagles shut his ass down. Like, it was just a bad game for the Lions. I don't think they shut him down. I think it's just like, it was just a terrible game for the Lions. Like, they couldn't do anything. So this is the week that you try to buy low on DeAndre Swift while his value is low right now. Next up, A.J. Brown. That's why I said this is not just a buy low. This is a buy list. Like, you can't buy low on A.J. Brown right now because his stock is fucking high as shit. But
whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do. If you're one of those guys, maybe you see I got Michael Carter on the sell high. Maybe you got Michael Carter, and you can put them together with a low-end wide receiver too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And then you can try to buy A.J. Brown. But like I said, this is not a buy low. This is a buy. So buy A.J. Brown high right now.
Would you?
I would give up a DeAndre Swift for A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Like, yes, I would right now. Send that. No, I'm saying I wouldn't trade A.J. Brown. I wouldn't trade A.J. Brown for Swift, but
Facts,
I would
but
trade
somebody out there
Swift for A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe if you're one of those guys, you're stacked on running backs, and you're trying to.
You wouldn't take that?
You're trying to sell over what? No, I wouldn't take that. Why? I don't have confidence in DeAndre Swift like that, bro. Like, the shit DeAndre Swift been getting has been fluke. It hasn't been like his production is just there. Has his production just been there?
So what?
Is it like, has it been pretty for DeAndre Swift in fantasy?
It's not pretty for a lot of running backs. Is it pretty for Austin Eckler?
Yes.
Is it?
Austin Eckler gets every goal line carry, bro. Like, what do you mean? Every target. Austin Eckler gets every target.
It's not better than
Well, yeah, the offense had a bad. They scored 6 points.
It's not better than
They all
Swift.
had a bad week.
Well,
hey, numbers don't lie.
All right.
Eckler,
let's make it bet right now.
Eckler's ranked 3 in fantasy, and
Swift is what?
8. I want to say.
Come on, it's been better for Eckler. Stop it. Like, Swift is. I feel like Swift is going to fall off. Like,
what? You don't think he finishes top 10?
no, he finished top. What I'm talking about? He's a buy low. Yes, he's going to finish top 10. But I'm saying it hasn't looked pretty.
I mean, it
and
hasn't.
you know what I mean. You might be able to buy Swift low right now. Like, that's what buy low is.
Very true.
After a bad week, you try to buy on him.
What's
right
buy
now.
low though? What would you get for Swift? What would you send for Swift?
Well, Sean said it's not a buy low list. It's
It's a buy list.
Buy list.
Well,
name-
what
the name
are
of
you
the
buying
segment
him
is
for?
buy
What are you
low,
giving
sell
him up?
high.
Say you need wide receivers and you have Swift in your team. You have good running backs. Who are you giving up?
For Swift?
What are you
saying
accepting
if I
for
have
Swift?
receivers?
If you don't have receivers,
Maybe like
you
an
have
Adam
Swift.
Thielen.
What? Really?
What do you
Just
mean?
straight up? Just them two?
You
So you want
saying, but
somebody else.
yes, you're saying that if you already have, if you're running back heavy, right?
You're running back.
You
heavy.
need a wide receiver. You have Swift on your team. I might do it for Adam Thielen.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Like, buy when you say buy, you're not going to sell a running back if you don't already have running backs. You could be a guy that drafted 3 running backs in a row.
You gotta give it to somebody else. Somebody who's underperforming as a wide receiver right now. You gotta give like Jefferson. Nah, it's not gonna be Thielen.
So you don't think somebody would give up Thielen for Swift right now?
Mm-mm. They don't.
If they're wide receiver heavy, they're not going to give up a Thielen for a Swift.
I don't think that the person that has Swift is going to give him up for Thielen.
But what if they're running back heavy?
They're going to want more.
What if they're running back heavy? They might give up a running back.
What's running back heavy
for
look
a
like?
receiver?
What's running back heavy look like?
I would say like a Thielen and a Leonard Fournette for Swift could be solid.
That's solid. You're gonna have to throw somebody else in there. Swift, a top 10 running back for Thielen is not a fair trade,
Bro.
It's not a fair trade.
Swift, what I'm gonna say, like, it's not like Swift is just out there just like getting 100 yards every week.
Neither is Thielen.
Thielen scored 6 touchdowns in 8 games, bro.
He's not getting yards.
He's getting yards.
Like
122 the week before. He had 78 this week.
What about a Swift?
What do you mean?
Swift,
go to
Thielen,
Thielen
and Gaskins.
Go to Thielen. I don't know why you're sleeping. Like
Thielen's up there.
He has 1 game over 100. He has 1 game over.
It's the touchdown.
That's 2 games over 90 yards.
Yes, but bro, he had 14 touchdowns last year. Now this year he has.
We're talking about what last year?
He's doing it again.
You want to talk about last year?
He's doing it again, so it's not fluke.
What do you mean he's doing, bruh? He's wide receiver 15.
He's damn near about to have 14 touchdowns again this year.
Nah, man, he ain't having 14. He's not damn near
10,
14.
10 or more.
Yeah, okay. How many touchdowns did Deandre Swift have?
Let's see.
Like 4, 5.
Let's see what his yards is.
Okay.
How many 100-yard rushing games is he at?
He probably has more receiving yards.
Come on,
than
bro.
Thielen. What are you saying?
Stop it,
Bruh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 touchdowns. What are you saying? And he's running the ball. He has way more touches. He's running back 8. So what's more valuable in fantasy?
We're not. Why are we even, bro? Like you veer me off topic. Like he's a buy low.
That's like 2 questions.
You veer me off topic. He's a buy low because I feel like he's gonna. A buy low means I feel like he's gonna be good down the stretch, and you should.
You said a buy low.
Player.
Yeah, but you said the person that you can get for Swift is Adam Thielen, straight up.
I said you can if you're running back heavy, you can, and you need a receiver. You can trade a Deandre Swift. Swift went late in drafts. He didn't go early.
He went in the 4th round.
4th.
In our draft.
Yeah, and you could take 3 running backs in the first 3 rounds. Some people did that.
I think you could trade Swift for Deontay Johnson straight up, and that'd be
you could. I don't know why not Thielen. I don't know.
Not
Thielen.
You think you need more than Deontay?
Let's get back to
the top 10 running back. Like if you know like how hard that is right now to get a top 10 running back. Who are the other 7 guys?
But look at it.
My
thing is, if you went running back heavy and you're struggling at receiver, you can do that. Yeah. If you're hurting that receiver, you're hurting that receiver.
That doesn't mean I want Thielen as my number 1 over Swift as my number 2. I don't want that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But you're only saying that because Kareem Hunt got hurt. So right now,
I'm not saying take
you
Kareem Hunt out of it.
We're not talking about you personally.
I know.
Only you as a Swift owner.
Okay, cool. So you talk about
we're talking about other people as a Swift owners.
Take somebody.
You can't afford to do that. No.
Who out there has Deandre Swift as their number 1 running back? First of all, number 2.
What do you mean as their number? Who said Deandre Swift is someone's number 1 running back?
Okay, so he's their number 2 running back, but he's number 8 in fantasy, meaning that their number 1 running back is number 2 or 3. It's nice. So who's giving that number 2 guy up for Thielen? Because they're hurting that much. No. You're gonna have to package
Swift could be a number 3 guy.
You have to package it.
I get what you're
Swift
saying.
Could be a number 3 guy.
I get what you're saying. I think I get
he could be in somebody's flex.
He's a number 3 guy, so somebody has 2 top 10 running backs in Swift.
Bro, if someone was to draft,
I'm never doing that, Kyle.
If somebody was to draft, let's say Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon in the 2nd round.
I would give up Mixon before Swift.
And then Deandre Swift. They can have 3 running backs. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody that drafted, you're only looking at your Deandre Swift. We're not only looking at Twan's team. We're looking at everyone in fantasy. If you went Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, and Deandre Swift, you can have that. And maybe
this guy should be on your
wide
list.
Receivers.
This is the guy that.
So
should
you'll
be on
trade
your
Deandre
list.
Swift over Joe Mixon right now.
I would trade Joe Mixon over Deandre Swift.
Stop it, Tweez.
Look at this guy. He hasn't had what are you impressed by?
Now I gotta.
All right. Okay, what are you impressed by?
Let's move on.
He ran for 33 yards against the Jets last week.
The Bengals look.
Took the heart.
No. One thing I will say about, what Tweez is saying with Deandre Swift is, he is a top 8 running back, so you would expect more out of him because running backs are hard to come.
You want a wide receiver 1 for your top 8 running back.
So if you're looking at wide receiver 1s, I will say,
am I wrong, bro?
You talk about wide receiver 1s.
No matter what your team situation looks like, if you had Deandre Swift on your team and somebody sent you that, and you're hurting at wideout, are you taking that? Like no matter what.
Depends on how much I'm hurting at wideout.
Bro, you want a wide receiver 1. So he's a top 10 running back. He's an RB1.
Who's a wide receiver 1 you think you're gonna get for Swift?
He's RB1. What do you mean? Go to the wide receiver 1s right now. Diggs. I want Diggs for Deandre Swift straight up. That's who you're getting. That's who you're getting.
Diggs is a wide receiver 1 on this team, but he's not a wide receiver 1.
So is Diggs better than Thielen?
All right. He's not a wide receiver 1 in fantasy. What do you mean? No, he's not better than Thielen right now. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Jerry Jeudy. Try to go get Jerry Jeudy. I see brighter days for Jerry Jeudy. He's coming off the injury. He didn't play well against Washington last week. But
better days are definitely.
But better days are ahead for Jeudy, and you can buy him low as shit right now. You can get anything for Jeudy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about anything.
So anything for Jeudy. So try to go out and get Jeudy right now.
Hard
over Sutton.
Like
he's not giving up Sutton over. No one's giving.
Bro, stop! Why are you acting like Sutton is just a god right now? Like Sutton is he hasn't
Jeudy
done
more than
anything.
Sutton.
Yes, I like Jeudy more than Sutton.
Right now, I'm starting bullshit.
I like Jeudy more than Sutton going forward. Yes, just wait on it.
I am.
Just wait on it. You
I'm
tripping?
waiting.
Like what has Sutton done since Judy's been out?
Sutton is a top. Sutton is a wide receiver 2 right now.
What has he done?
Sutton is a wide receiver 2 right now. Cortland Sutton.
What has he done since Judy's been out? Like anything spectacular where you're like, he's just going to be the guy?
He's a wide receiver 2.
Yeah, that's with Jeudy out. You think he's going to continue to do that with Jeudy there?
He's had a game over one. He had a game for 159 and a game for 120.
Do you think he's going to do that with Jeudy in there? Is he going to continue?
I think it's possible.
No, Judy's definitely taking his targets.
I mean, I don't know, bro, but I think that he's the alpha in that offense, bro.
I don't think so. I think Judy's about to take over. Jeudy played one week.
That's true, but come on, man.
And in that 1 week, Jeudy was the guy over there. Like, I don't know.
The Giants. He had Bradbury on him. Bradbury's not a slouch.
Yeah, Bradbury on him.
Bradbury's a slouch.
No, I'm not saying he's a slouch, but you're saying he's that guy. Then
Bradbury?
It doesn't matter who's on you. If you're saying
Sutton, I'm not saying he's that guy.
You're saying Sutton's that guy. That's what it sounded like, bro. You just said
you're talking about Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton.
You just said this is the last time he's going to be on your starting list because he's just a bona fide starter.
He's good. He's the guy in that offense.
All right,
he's the guy in that offense, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the sales. The buys got a little bit heated. You know, we got Deandre Swift on there, and this Twan's guy. You know, he's gonna get a little bit heated with you. You know,
we skipped AJ Brown.
No, we did AJ Brown.
Did we? A little bit. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I said we got in an argument with Deandre Swift, so I don't know if we did AJ Brown.
No, we did AJ Brown a little bit.
He mentioned it, and then we went back to the situation.
Okay, cool.
AJ Brown, you got to buy AJ Brown high, but I feel like right now
it's worth it.
With Derrick Henry out, AJ Brown's about to get a shit ton of targets, so you buy high on AJ Brown. Like,
it's buy high.
Yeah, you got to buy high. I mean, this is the buy low list, but I changed it up a little bit and say you buy on AJ Brown.
Can I remix it?
No, I can't do nothing. No one can do nothing with AJ Brown right now. You know what you got to give up to get AJ Brown right now? You know what his last 2 games look like?
You got to give up a running back or Joe Mixon. Like,
so would you
like
take
running back?
Okay, would you take AJ Brown? Would you take AJ Brown for Swift? You take AJ Brown for Swift. You take AJ Brown for Swift.
If he can't on his team, he can't.
No, it's not me. We're asking you this question. We're asking you this question,
bro. When you trade, it's
back to Deandre Swift.
Bro.
I know. I didn't.
When you trade, you can't only look at teams in our league.
I know, but
you have to look at teams around the.
I understand, but
football.
when these articles are written, they give players that you take for this guy.
I just said Joe Mixon.
You're taking that, okay?
Cool. So if running backs are scarce, so
I'm not taking Joe Mixon
if you're a team,
over a top 5 wide receiver. He's a top 5 wideout.
If you're
I want your best running back. I want your best running back. Bro. You're not going to get
running backs and receivers. You cannot do that. So if you're a team out there and you're wide receiver heavy and you need a running back, I'm taking Joe Mixon for AJ Brown.
Is about to be an all-pro now that Derrick Henry's out. Are you evaluating the whole situation?
No, I'm evaluating people's teams, Twan. And running backs are hard to come by. So you're going to have to give up. Like you said, I want a wide receiver 1 for my running back 1. You said that, right? That's what you're going to have to do.
But okay, cool. I hear what you're saying. But
you're not
AJ
hearing
Brown,
me.
AJ Brown is a top 5 wide receiver going the rest of the way. Rest of the season rankings, AJ Brown is top 5. Top 5.
And Joe Mixon is top what? Joe Mixon is top what?
What you think?
He's not top 10 to 12 running back going forward.
That's what you want for AJ Brown, a top 5 wide receiver?
Running backs are hard to come by, Twan.
Top 12. That's like saying David Montgomery going to be top 12 the rest of the way. You want David Montgomery for AJ Brown?
So you think you could trade?
Is David Montgomery
a little bit different?
So you can
How
trade
is that different?
A top 5
David Montgomery?
David Montgomery's coming off injury. I mean, that's
so you think you could
So
trade
Joe Mixon's been killing it. Joe Mixon's getting it the same way Deandre Swift is
What you think right now? You can get AJ Brown's top 5 going forward, right? So
who's the
you
number
think you
9
could
running
trade
back in fantasy?
AJ Brown for Najee
Who's the number
Harris?
9 running back in fantasy? Number 9.
AJ Brown for Najee Harris? No one's doing that.
No.
So you have to trade like a Joe Mixon, a DeAndre Swift.
I'm not saying you're going to
Come on, bro.
But who's ahead of those guys? That's what I'm saying. Zeke. I'll take Zeke over those guys.
No one, they're not going to trade Zeke for AJ Brown. Unless you have a stable a team full of running backs.
Running backs are very valuable.
That's what I'm saying. Running backs are more valuable than receivers.
But let's keep it going, y'all.
But it would have to be packaged.
We are at hour and 27 minutes in. But
all right, we don't have to tell people. Let's get to it. All right, sell high.
Let's see the time.
Share right now. It's intense. Share. Make sure y'all share this shit, man. I want to see 10 people watching right now. Come on, let's get it.
All right, sell high on Michael Carter. And I'm not saying Michael Carter's not going to finish solid down the stretch. I'm not saying that. But for most people, Michael Carter may be on your bench, just riding the pine behind a Joe Mixon, a Najee Harris, a DeAndre Swift.
That's true.
He might just be riding the pine. So right now you can sell high on. This is not me saying Michael Carter is going to fall off. No, I'm not saying that. But he might be on your bench and you can sell high on him right now.
But you can get more you can get a better player than Michael Carter is, what you're saying. Yeah, sell him high for a better player.
For a player of need, bro.
Oh.
Not for just a better player, for a player of need. If he's on your bench.
If I'm selling a good player, I'm getting a better player. 1,000%.
All right, let's get back to the set.
Come on, bro.
What do you mean? You're getting a better? Yeah,
that's what
he wants to get the better.
I'm not saying you're going to get a bum. I'm saying you can get a high-end wide receiver too, a Keenan Allen, a Deontay Johnson, a Adam Thielen. If he's just riding your pine and you need a receiver, you can get one of those guys from Michael Carter. You're not taking that? If it's a position of need, bro. Like Michael Carter was no one's fucking running back 1 or 2.
He's somebody's.
Yeah, Trevor, you're thinking about our league, dog. Like, come on,
but I'm saying,
man.
Even out there, in somebody else's league, he's somebody's. We play in a 12-team league. How many 16-team leagues are there?
No, I'm not saying. And he might be somebody, but he also might be on somebody's bench that's watching this show that needs to trade him for a high-end wide receiver 2. Right. Low-end wide receiver 1. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, Jesus.
All right.
Sell high on Boston Scott. Those 2 touchdowns, he probably would never see that again in his career. So you sell high on Boston Scott.
Boston Scott 2 touchdowns this week.
Yeah,
against
right.
you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Twas trolling at this point.
Against you. Against you.
Boston Scott's value would never be this high. And it's
going to be higher next week.
You might find an owner that has Miles Sanders that wants Boston Scott bad, and you can sell him to them. Tyler Lockett, another guy, he's boomer bust. Even with Rust in there, weeks 3, 4, and 5, he had less than 10 fantasy points.
Yeah,
he's boomer bust. So if you can move Tyler Lockett after that week, he had 140 in his touchdown last week.
I think so.
120 in the touchdown.
But he scored.
No, he didn't score.
Yeah, he didn't score.
He had 120 yards.
He would have had like 30 last
8 receptions. So you move Tyler Lockett right now if you can. It's hard to move receivers. It's not easy. Not easy to move receivers. Chris Godwin, you sell high on Chris Godwin because AB is going to be back. The last 2 weeks without AB at over 100 yards and a touchdown both of those weeks. But when AB comes back, he's going to take from Chris Godwin.
Okay.
For sure.
Because I was
100%.
I was gonna say something about this, but I forgot the AB was
Yeah.
not out there. So,
I know.
Hey, good points. Yeah, I'm gonna get on every single one, son. Every single one. I'm gonna have something to say. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, son, but hey, be on point, bro.
Just
Be
a
on point today.
just when
Be
you
on point
when
today.
it look,
Hey,
I'm gonna
son,
say this. I'm gonna say this.
It's Torn
I'm gonna
versus Sean
say
this
this.
week.
When it's your segment, let me speak when I want to speak.
Oh, facts.
Let me finish the quarterbacks before you talk. All right. When it's your segment, let me speak.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me get the Trevor
That's what I'm
Simeon.
saying.
Let me get the Trevor Simeon.
That's what I want to say.
Okay, cool.
And I was trying to talk about Trevor Simeon when you were talking about him. You said, let me get through the quarterbacks first. All right?
Hey.
All right?
Much respect.
Okay?
Much respect.
Okay? All right. I'm going to allow you to speak. Allow me to speak when it's yours. Twan be here. Yeah. Oh, next person. Don't even give you the opportunity. All right? So when it's your segment, let me speak. And we're going to wrap it up with that. John, take it away.
All right. We see like Rail said Trev, come get Michael Pittman. Rail, Rail, no matter what you do this week, my brother. You know,
It's not it.
Everything's getting beat
I'm coming strong this week, man. I mean, I'm coming off a good victory, great win.
Oh, I like it.
No, I'm gonna be humble. I'm be humble, man. Look, it's gonna be a tough one. I mean, Rail, he's underrated. I mean, I feel like he's just had some bad.
You play Reezy?
Yeah, I play Reezy.
Of course,
so
all the weeks, Rail puts up 70, 80. Plays me 115.
That could be the same thing
like,
this week. Because Rail has a great group of wide receivers. So I mean, we'll see, man. I'm
gonna say this though. Hey, it's gonna be y'all game's gonna be tough though.
Yeah, it's gonna be
tough.
I feel like
it's gonna be tough only because of the matchups. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though. Going into next week, I already know he about to say something about this. Sean's getting his second win of the season.
Stop it. I can't buy a win, bro. I can't buy a fantasy win.
Sean
trying to jinx away.
Sean plays me this week. Sean plays me this week. He gonna get the dub.
Well, we going.
I just got Tom and Swift on the bye. It sucks. Man.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. All right. Now, if you guys have not yet subscribed to ItsNation TV, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Also hit that notification bell. So when we go live, you guys get that notification to your phone ASAP. So you guys can click that and then join us on our live feeds when we go live. All right. Also, give us a follow on IG, The Fantasy with SJT. Once again, The Fantasy with SJT for your fantasy football questions. You can leave a comment in the comment section or shoot us a DM. Or the live stream that you guys are watching now, you guys can leave your questions there and we'll get back to you guys and try to answer all of those questions as much as we possibly can. All right, but that's going to wrap up the show for this Thursday. We went a little bit over this time. We try to give y'all some more because we missed a little bit. So we try to give y'all a little bit of the premium, and then we giving y'all our regular show. So we went a little bit over today. So we gave y'all a little bit more. So make sure y'all tune in next week, Wednesday, 5:30, and then the premium episode, ItsNationTV.com. Make sure you guys subscribe to that and get that extra episode, man, so we can give y'all some more insight and we go more in depth with our position rankings and all that good stuff. All right, so make sure y'all do that. But we out. One love always.
Wear your mask. Hey yo, Mike White tonight. Hey, look at it. Hey, look, you got less than 45 minutes. Mike White about to take your TV screens over. Hey, look.
Hey, Mike White for president.
Mike White, I'm telling you.
Hey, you sleeping on.